everybody, welcome to Review Time with iSlip. I am iSlip, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Walmart reissue of Transformers G1 Bumblebee. And I figured we just start out like that. And here we go with the card. I'm going to try to stay out of the way because I only have lights coming from above now and not from the side. Here's the back of the card. There's his tech specs, and they're using his original G1 Bumblebee picture, but when you get the Bumblebee, it doesn't come with that head. It comes with the cartoon head. Here's the instructions for those of you who need it. And this is the front of the card, and I really like this. I'm going to see if there's a way that I can get some clear tape to tape this up so that I can keep this and maybe hang this on the wall. Wish I could keep the card without the blister part on it, but as you can see, it's already tearing off. Whatchamacallit, but that is nice. Autobot Bumblebee. There he is, and there's a picture of the actual toy. So yeah, and this card is not really that big. This card is maybe about 7 inches tall, maybe. And let's go ahead and get Bumblebee in, and let's get that out of the way. And there is the G1 Bumblebee. Let's zoom in a little bit, and by a little bit I mean a bit. It's done up. This is the way that the original Bumblebee came out. At the same time, there were these things called penny racers, which in Japan were called Chorokyu or Korokyu. I don't really know. And they were shaped just like this, and they used to have a little motor. And back here, there was a little slot you put a penny in, pull it back like this, and then it would take off like this. And if you had the penny in it, it would pop a wheelie and keep going. They were actually pretty interesting. As you can see, this thing is really small. I'm trying to let's get this. Here we have a Mega Block brick or a Lego brick. So you can see this thing is not much longer than a Mega Block brick. For size comparisons, let me zoom this out a little bit. We'll bring in, I think it was just called B. It's their take on a G1 Bumblebee with a little extra to it. You can see both have rubber wheels. Actually, let's concentrate on him first. Take a really good look at him. He's got rubber wheels. He's got chrome. The wheels are pinned in. Nice little teeny weeny thing. Sticker on the back, which I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be. Maybe a wheel thing. I don't really know. Really tiny, really little dumpy looking. And I love that when you see the cartoon, when they turn him into his VW bug, which is what this is supposed to be, it looks like this and not an actual VW bug. So, alright, so yeah, it's really nice looking. It's got painted in headlight space and silver. I mean, this is a really teeny weeny thing, but this thing is actually pretty decently painted for its size and well detailed. So now back to what I was saying. Here's the version, which unfortunately is not painted. It's got a slightly different shape, but it's meant to evoke the G1 Bumblebee, as you'll be able to see even more when we transform both of them. Let's get that out of the way. Here is one of the Generation Bumblebees. He looks like a cross. He looks like, honestly, like a little bit like War for Cybertron Bumblebee, especially in the next mode. But there's that Bumblebee, and here's the weapon for the previous Bumblebee, and you can see it's almost as long as the G1 Bumblebee, and this is not a big weapon. Here we have the Titans Returns with it. Titans Returns Bumblebee. You can see that G1 Bumblebee is dwarfed by a Legends scale figure. Okay, and we will throw in G1 Optimus Prime, and that almost scales better, but you know, it's G1. It's my G1 reissue Optimus, as you can tell by the paint not being red, being more of a pinkish color. and the short smokestacks. So we'll get that out of the way. And he's a pretty cool little figure. There was actually what we call a PDQ, or for a layman's term, there was a display cardboard little thing by itself that had all of the G1 reissue mini bots in them for $7 something. I thought they were going to be like $15 each or $7 something. That's not too bad. That is not too bad. I am happy that I was able to grab this guy. Now, transformation is fairly easy. You just I say fairly easy. Pull out what's going to be the arms. You can probably pull out the feet first, but you pull out those. Pull these down and then flip them over, and do that gently because there's not a lot of plastic down there holding it together and holding it on. Just do that carefully, and then lift this bit up for the head reveal, and there you go. You have your little G1 Bumblebee. Now, I'm going to say this right off the bat. I do like that they gave him the G1 head, but I wish the cartoon head, I should say, but I wish they released a variant with the G1 toy head, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like that. That's pretty nice. It looks great, actually. But, I don't know. It's weird. When I was younger, I wish the G1 toy had this head. Now that I'm older, I want the G1 Bumble Mask head. Let's go over his articulation. His arms do a 360. That's about it. His head, you can make him nod. And his toes do that. That's about it. It's not really articulation. There's no other articulation. His legs do not go in and out. And, well, they do split a little bit, but that's, I don't think that's really transformation. Due to transformation, that's just how it's made. You can kind of split a little bit, but not really. And, yeah, that's it. That's it. I'll zoom in a little bit so we can, again, see some of the details. Let's move this over. So his face looks very G1 cartoony. He's got little molded fists, sort of. And there's some other little bits that are molded in. He's a pretty small dude. For a size comparison that some of you might know, here he is next to, I was going to say G1, next to Leader 1 from the GoBots, which were, I think they were like 3 inches. And you can see that he is shorter than even Leader 1. Here he is next to the iGear rendition, which is definitely bigger. It has a lot more articulation, but I think this has more personality. And maybe if I paint this guy up a little bit, it will. But this, obviously, since it's newer, has a bunch of articulation that the G1 one does. Oddly enough, the head, though, doesn't really have much more articulation. It does slide forward, so it's not all the way at the back of his body. So you can slide it forward and look up and down, but there's no left or right. So I'll go ahead and put this next to him again so you can get a, I don't know, I think the G1, just based on his little chubbiness, he just gets the cute factor a lot better. He just, I don't know, he just looks better to me. We've got the, I don't remember if this was Combiner Wars or Generations Bumblebee. The one that came with the little helicopter. The helicopter target master guy. And so there he is, and he's a lot closer in scale now as a robot than he was in the car mode. He's actually gotten a little bit bigger. So they match a little bit better, but not quite. And here is the Titans Returns Bumblebee, and it looks massive next to G1 Bumblebee. G1 Bumblebee, or Bumble, as it was called in... Oh, look at all that chrome. You can see me moving in the background. Hopefully you can't see that I'm naked. Shouldn't have said that out loud. But yeah, it hits the G1 aesthetic spots quite a bit. Whoops. But it's pretty cool. And let me get Optimus ready. I forgot to get Optimus ready for this, because you can't have Bumblebee and not have Optimus. You can't have a G1 Bumblebee and not have G1 Optimus in the mix. I don't have the trailer part out, which I wish I would have, but I didn't think ahead of this. I actually got these. I put the fists on upside down. They're on the wrong hand. I just got these, the microbots, the mini bots last night. So here we go, and it is the December 27th. 27th, yes. So my 45th birthday is in 2 days. Just thought I'd let y'all know for no particular reason. And that's about right. That's how they scaled in the cartoon. So that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I'll put that over there for now. And then we'll go ahead, and sorry for my shadow being in the way. My setup is a lot different than normal. Let's go ahead and zoom in. And yeah, so for $7 and 90 something cents, it's not really a bad thing, considering that Hot Rod was 30 bucks and Starscream was either 35 or 39 bucks G1. $7, it scales pretty well. It's really well, and it's a really nice looking figure. Again, the only thing I wish is that they had a variation where he had his G1 faceplate, because I like this faceplate, but I also would like to have the G1 faceplate now that we see Bumblebee using the faceplates in various media, and they actually kind of evoke the G1-y look of the G1 faceplate. That's a lot of words that I didn't need to say. Anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed the video. And like I said, I just found this at my Walmart yesterday. They weren't there before yesterday, and they're starting to pop up at Walmarts everywhere. If you're interested in getting G1 nostalgic toys, you could do worse. I mean, $7.96. I've seen packs of these for I think when I first saw them, they were like $40 for the G1 mini bots that you're getting now, for all four together. And then they shot up once they stopped selling the G1 reissues of them. So now you got a chance to get it at slightly less than that 40 bucks if you get all four of them. And if not, you can get which ones you want. I wanted the Bumblebee. I got the Bumblebee, and I'm happy that I got the Bumblebee. It works for me because I am a G1er at heart. I like the other lines, but for me, I started with G1. G1 will always have a place on my shelf. If you don't believe me, there is my G1 shelf, and that's not even all my G1s. There's also my Masterpiece shelf, which has G1 styled Masterpiece figures on them, and there's where all my mini bots go up here. All the ones that aren't the G1s go here, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just showing off now. That said, I'm iSlip. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it, and I will see you next time. Ciao.